Hey y'all, I'm Stay Hall.
And I'm Wallace Hall.
And together we are the Halls. And this is The
Hallway.
So guys, we have decided to go on a journey. And we're hoping that some of you are going to want to go on this journey with us. Now, this journey is not always going to be easy the entire time, but we hope that at the end of the journey, we are going to feel better and stronger. This journey I'm talking about is a journey to a healthy lifestyle and, for those of us who desire, weight loss. And we're going to start on February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, because we didn't want to sabotage ourselves right out the gate, because we know we're going to want to indulge in some chocolates and creme brulee and things of that sort. So we're going to get started on February 15th through May 15th on a journey of healthy living, and for me and him, weight loss. Y'all might not need to lose no weight, but we need to lose some weight. And we just think that it's wonderful to do these things together as a couple. And today we just want to talk to you about just some tips and tricks on how to successfully go on this journey as a couple.
Right. The most important part of this is a healthy lifestyle. And that's what we're pushing for. Want to eat better, do some different things, slim down a little bit. A few years ago, she was training for a marathon, and I kind of in the midst of supporting her, I was able to lose 40 pounds doing this. And since COVID has come around, some other stuff, I'll put on probably about half of that, or maybe just a little bit more than half of that back on. So I got to make sure that I'm doing the right thing so I can slim back down, get a little, fit and fine for the summer. It's coming up. That's one reason why we're picking now to do it and doing our 90 days here, what we're trying to do. So we want to invite a lot of you guys to go along with us on that. But more importantly, it's about us living right, being an African-American male, dealing with high blood pressure and other things in life. And it's important that I eat right, try to create a more healthy lifestyle so I can be around to enjoy my family, enjoy my kids, and one day, hopefully grandkids and things like that. So great grandkids, have grandkids already, but want to enjoy great grandkids, but just be around to do that and not be sickly or dependent or anything like that. Be able to live life to the fullest, and just enjoy what God has given us, so we can make sure we're healthy and not be draining or anything like that on anyone else by not making the best healthy choices and get rid of some of those medications and things a lot of us are on, so we can just live a good life.
Absolutely. And so when you decide to embark on a journey such as this, y'all know I am huge when it comes to planning and preparation. You can't just decide, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to eat right and exercise. I mean, of course you need to do those things, but especially as you get older, it's no secret to anyone that Wallace and I just celebrated our 50th birthdays. We are exactly 3 months apart. His was in September, mine was in December. And so your bodies start to change as you get older, and those things that used to work for you in your 20s and 30s when you maybe wanted to lose a quick 5 or 10 pounds and all you had to do was, maybe cut out sodas for a week or, something simple like that. Those things don't exactly work for you as you get older, because your body changes and needs something different than it may have needed in your 20s and 30s. And that's both when it comes to how you eat as well as how you exercise. The same eating regimen and exercise regimen that worked for you 20 years ago probably is not going to work the same for you now. And so over the past several weeks, as I knew that we were going to embark on this journey, I have been doing some research on what would be best for us. And another difference is it's not always the same for a woman as it is for a man. So we've had to figure out what's the best thing for a woman in her 50s as well as for a man in his 50s. And so we've done the research and we figured out what is going to work for us so that we are starting ahead of the game in the beginning. Because what happens a lot of times is we go on these weight loss journeys and we get all excited and we jump on whatever fad diet is popular at the time. And then when we don't see any results in the first couple of weeks, we just give up. But when you do the research and really figure out what's going to work best for you, then you see results a lot sooner and you're more likely to stick to it. So I encourage you to do the research. Find out what works best for you as far as your sex and your age, so that you are more likely to have the best possible results from the very beginning, and you don't have to do a whole lot of trial and error.
Right. And I know one of the things that worked for me was doing research and find out that how carbs affect my body, how sugars affect my body and things like that. So that was a good way to get into it. Meal prep, finding out the foods that you eat, reading the labels on side of packages of food, finding out your net carbs, your sugars, your serving sizes and things like that is very important, and I still say that that little thing of Bluebell is one portion, even though it says on the side it's 4 servings, it's still 1 serving. So I just put that out there. So just make sure.
So he tells y'all to read the labels and then says the labels are wrong. I don't get it.
I just say make sure you
don't be Wallace.
Make sure you do your research and find out what's going to work. It's not something you can just jump into, plan out like I do. We do intermittent fasting. I do some of the shakes and things, protein shakes and things like that as a meal supplement. So finding out those things and just watching in your windows of what you eat. We generally do intermittent fasting between 1:30 to 8, and that's something that worked for us. We found out early on how that works. So a lot of this was just trial and error. A lot of it was. So we just got to make sure you're doing that research and finding out the things that's going to work for you, and be comfortable with. Don't starve yourself. Don't do that. Please don't do that, because that is very unhealthy. Make sure you drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated and those things. That's key. I try to drink probably at least 3 of those 33-ounce bottles of water every day. Keep that intake coming in so my body knows I don't need to hold on to water or anything like that.
Absolutely. And when you are going on this journey as a couple, you're there to be support and encouragement for each other. But again, the same thing doesn't necessarily work for both of you. And so it's okay if you're not eating the exact same thing, if you're not doing the exact same thing. You just have to be there to encourage and motivate each other. Because like Wallace said, when we did it the first time, we were both doing intermittent fasting with the same eating window, and we ate the same things at the same time. Mm-hmm. Well, now I've noticed some differences with me where that doesn't quite work for me anymore, but it works for him. And so I am now going to do the 1 meal a day intermittent fasting, where he needs to eat a little bit more. And so don't think just because you're a couple and you're going on this journey together, you have to do the exact same thing. You have to do what's going to be best for your body. But also on that same note, there are things that you can compromise on because you do want to do things together. So when it comes to exercising, we both need cardio in our exercise regimen. Right. Well, I love to run outside. Wallace loves to ride his bike. I don't like to ride the bike so much. He doesn't like to run so much. But because we do want to do those things together, we just compromise. So when it's time for cardio, we switch it up. Sometimes he runs with me. Sometimes I ride the bike with him, because either one is not going to kill us. So it might not be our favorite thing, but we can find ways to still do it together. So you can always tweak things so that you can do it together and make that compromise. But there's also things that just are not going to work for both of you. And so you have to do what you need to do that's going to work best for your body.
Right. And we talk about compromising foods too. I know doing our journey before and leading to a healthy lifestyle was that I was open to try some foods that I hadn't had before, that I always said I don't like that, but some things I found out I really like, tasted very well. It just depends on how you prepare them. So I was open to that. So be open and honest with your partner and say, hey, I'm willing to try it. What I have to lose? I don't have anything to lose. This is something I want to do, and we want to be supportive of each other, because at the end of the day, it's about both of us, reaching our goal of being healthy and doing things that we want to do. So make sure you're open to compromise on food, especially workout routines, things like that. Times you're getting up, times you go to bed. One of the things we mentioned before is sleep is very important with this also. So so I know some of us are night owls, some of us are early morning risers. So we got to make sure we're compromising on that. We're picking that certain bedtime and abiding by that, so we both can get our rest and move forward to having a healthy day the following day, and getting out of the way, our exercise, doing our meal prep, and doing the things that we need to do to be successful in this new healthy lifestyle that we're kicking off on the 15th.
Yeah, I mean, I was amazed when I found out how important sleep is. And so what I realized is I was not always getting the results I wanted, even though I was eating correctly, I was exercising, I thought I was doing all the things. And where I was messing up was I wasn't getting enough sleep. Our body burns a lot of fat when we're asleep. Yeah. Our digestive system works very hard while we are asleep. And so just by me only sleeping 4 or 5 hours a night, I was not getting the results that I needed because I wasn't giving my body the rest that it needed. And so it's very important to make sure you're doing all the things, the proper type of exercise, you're eating the right things, you're eating at the right times, you're drinking enough water, and you're getting enough sleep. Those are the 5 most important things that you need to do to get yourself to where you need to be as far as your weight and just your overall health. Sleep is very important, y'all. I mean, I had underrated sleep for so many years. And when I finally got a good, healthy sleep regimen, I noticed a huge difference. So make sure you get enough sleep.
Right, and being supportive of each other is another big key factor, you know. Being accountable, having a partner to go on this with. One of the things I experienced before was that we had to have a conversation about it. But like that, one of the big things you notice is a common thread in a lot of our videos is about communication and how we deal with certain situations, things like that. And weight loss was a big part of it, because in the very beginning, for as I talked about food earlier, you know, we all have that little kid inside of us. I always say my little fat kid that exists inside of me. You know, he likes ice cream, he likes chocolate cake, he likes cookies, he likes those things. So, you know, in the very beginning, when we were going through stuff, there were times I would just be upset, what we call it, hangry.
Yes.
Being hangry at certain situations and things like that, and didn't want to deal with them, or wanting food, let's put it that way, wanting food or wanting what I wanted. And, you know, we would go back and forth and we would be kind of arguing or having just some few intense words with each other. And she was like, well, here, just go ahead and eat it. Just go ahead and eat it. I said, good thing I'm not on crack, you know, because you would just be giving it to me. I need you to be supportive and help me through this. So I'm just being transparent here. We're all going to have those days where it's going to be up and down. And I tell you like this, there's going to be times where you're going to be struggle and you may fall off the wagon. But the thing is, you got to get back on. You got to get back on. You know, don't set yourself up for failure. If you have a cheat day or something like that, and I always say, don't do a cheat day, maybe do a cheat meal or something like that. That way you're not sabotaging all of the hard work you've already put back in. It's not that hard to just say, hey, I messed up now, but tomorrow I'm going to get back started what I want to do, and what I have a goal of doing. I want to be healthy, and all of us, that's really it. We want to be healthy, and we want to have fun and live life to its fullest. And a big part of that starts with having a healthy lifestyle and eating correctly.
Right, and I tell a lot of people, do not let all of your goals, dreams, and aspirations be dependent upon next Monday. Meaning, if you mess up, no matter what it is, if you are on a weight loss journey, if you are on some sort of career journey, if you're trying to write a book, whatever it is, if something derails you and you get off track, a lot of us have the habit of saying, okay, I'm going to get started again Monday. And it may only be Tuesday now. So guess what, guys? You can get started again right then. If you're on this healthy lifestyle and weight loss journey and you decide to eat a Snickers at noon, that doesn't mean you have to continue to eat poorly the rest of the day.
Right.
You messed up with that Snickers. Guess what? Go ahead and have a salad for dinner instead of a burger. It's okay to restart right now. I made a mistake. I recognize it. I acknowledge it. I'm going to do better now. So you don't even have to start again tomorrow, let alone Monday. Make the decision to restart now. That way you don't get so deep into it where whatever progress you made, now you may be undoing that because you eat poorly and don't exercise for the next 4 or 5 days instead of changing it within the next 45 minutes. Because that's a thing. You know that's a thing. You can mess up and decide within 30 seconds to do better again. So Don't put it off until next Monday, because when you're on these type of challenges and you are making all these changes in your lifestyle, bumps in the road and mistakes are inevitable. But again, we all can make that choice to do better as soon as we acknowledge that we made a mistake.
There's nothing wrong with starting over. And we talk about this all the time. My little phrase is, there's nothing wrong with doing a reset. Sometimes you got to reset your priorities. Sometimes you got to reset life. Sometimes you got to reset what's going on in your life, period. And that's what we talk about doing. And like I say, if you make a mistake, just reset for tomorrow, and just start back over and say, all right, I'm on day 6 and I messed up. Well, let me reset it and I'll start back over, and we'll start back with day 1 again. And that's how you have to look at it. That's where you got to approach it, because you want to be successful in what you're doing, and don't give up. Please don't give up. And like I said, we're on this journey here for 90 days. And every day we rise is going to be a struggle. That's just what it is. It's going to be a struggle. The most addictive thing out there is sugar, food, and sugar that's in food. That's one of the most addictive things. People think it's drugs and other stuff, but it's really sugar that's very addictive. So we got to make sure we're making those right choices and figuring out how we deal with these things and how it pertains to our body, because we want to live longer.
Absolutely. And ladies, let me just give you this word of encouragement and kind of a warning. When you're going on this journey with your lovely partner, things are going to happen a lot more quickly for them. Men just lose weight quicker than women, especially as we get older. Do not be discouraged when you have been doing all the right things for 10 days in a row and maybe you gained a pound or maybe you didn't lose anything, but he cheated every other day and still lost 7 pounds. Don't worry about it. It's natural. Don't let it discourage you. And remember, you're a team. Honestly, you're a team. It's not a competition. You're there to support and encourage each other, and you want what's best for both of you. But it can get a little bit discouraging when you see him jumping up and down in the bathroom after he got off the scale and he just had half a pizza the night before. Don't let it bother you, ladies. It's nature. It's just easier for men. But just stick with it, and it's going to happen for you too.
That's not quite what happened. And you should celebrate your accomplishments. I just put it that way.
In private.
You should celebrate they were in private, It's people are watching you and staring at you, and they realize every time you go toward the scale, they're watching to see what you're going to do. Then that's really not, I'm in my private moment. I'm going just to see, and I wanted to celebrate because I know she may be having some struggles or something. So I'm just in there just, cheering myself on, and she's noticing what I'm doing. So it's not like I ran around the room celebrating and said, I can do it, you can't do it. I wasn't doing none of that. I just went and celebrating. I walked out the bathroom just smiling, minding my own business. Oh, I know what you was doing in there. You celebrate. I'm like, that's not what I did. I wasn't doing that. So, we have fun. We have fun with it, joke around here. But it's about, like I say, having fun and celebrating your accomplishment. And it's a team. We got to be supportive of each other and things like that. And like I say, when I did have my little cheat moments or something like that, it wasn't every other day. When I had my little cheat moments or something, generally I wouldn't, I don't always say what I'm doing or say how I'm doing that. But it is what it is.
No, but it is. In all seriousness, it does happen quicker for them. And so I just don't want any of you who maybe haven't experienced going through this challenge with a person of the opposite sex, that there are going to be differences. So don't feel like you're doing something wrong or you're not working hard enough if your husband or significant other seems to be losing weight at a much more rapid pace than you. It's just the makeup of our bodies. Men and women are not the same, and so things aren't going to happen the same for us in the same amount of time, but just stick to it. It's definitely going to happen for you, and once that ball gets rolling, you are going to feel so great. So the key is just don't give up.
Right. One of the things I have noticed, and like I said, she already looks amazing. I know she's talking about losing weight and tone up. She looks amazing. I love the way she looks already, but she wants to tone up and be a little bit more fit and things like that. So I'm going to be very supportive of that. But one thing I do know, we lose pound on the scale quicker than women do, but women tone up quicker than men. That's one thing I've noticed. They tone up quicker than men. So, she looks amazing already. So it's going to be looking that much more amazing to me.
Well, thank you, babe. I appreciate that. Well, guys, we like to share. We are not selfish at all. So we invite each and every one of you to go on this journey with us. We would love for you to drop in the comments some of the things that you're going to do on your journey, what type of meal plan you're going to go by, whether you're going to do intermittent fasting, or you're doing keto, or you're doing vegetarian, what type of exercise you like better. Is it cardio? Is it strength training? Because we learn from you all as well. So please drop it in the comments below and hit us with a hashtag journey, just so we'll know who all is going on this journey with us. Also, if you have not already subscribed to our channel, which I don't know why you wouldn't have, but maybe you just couldn't find that subscription button, but it's there. So just hit that button. It says subscribe, and then hit that notification bell so that you will be notified every time we drop new content and you will not miss an episode. We're going to be documenting our journey here on YouTube and doing regular check-ins to let you know how it's going, what's working, maybe not what's not working so well, if we're needing to make any tweaks. And also, we're going to be looking for encouragement and support from you all.
Yes.
So be sure to subscribe, like the video, and hit that notification bell. Also, be sure to check out www.stayhall.com for your copy of The Hallway, a weekly devotional for today's thriving couples. It is there and it is waiting for you. So go to stayhall.com today and get your copy. And until next time, I'm Stay Hall.
And I'm Wallace Hall.
And we will see you in
The Hallway.